this introduction. We were strangers to the game we love. We're strangers no more. It's more than a game. Hey, it's our religion now. And it's in our blood, it's in our veins, it's everywhere. Ilawa, 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 ilawa. Michigawa na galagaling arami. Back now, they're back where they belong, yeah. When we were down and we needed inspiration, we looked at our past and we saw our champions. Yuruwari Bama Mata Apano Buddha Taparika.
Good afternoon and welcome to AFL NT's coverage of the 25-26 TIO NTFL Women's Premier League Round 12 clash here at TIO Stadium on Larrakia Country this afternoon, Southern Districts and the Tiwi Bombers. My name's Nick Danks. I'm joined by the commentary partner this afternoon, Lockie Humphrey. Good afternoon, Lockie.
How are you, Danksy?
Yeah, good, mate. Good to be here this afternoon. A beautiful day. Expecting a bit of a storm later, though, but 32 degrees at the moment. And should be a good game today. Southern Districts last week had a 15-point win over Waratah. Currently sitting fourth. Tiwi Bombers last week lost to Wanderers by 57 points, and their only win of the season was when they defeated the Darwin Buffs by 65. But what's your thoughts on today's game?
Yeah, look, it should be an interesting clash, given Tiwi have had a difficult season, but they've had the wood over the Crocs in the last few encounters. They're 4-1 in their last 5, so they'll certainly favour themselves after what's been a tough year for Tiwi and a Croc side who got pushed right to the end against a pretty similar Waratah side last week. So it'll be interesting how this one plays out. Danksy, do you have a tip?
Yeah, I've got to think Southern Districts here today. I just think the way that they've started the season and a couple of good wins and the big one last week. But we're underway.
Underway here at TIO, kicking off a massive Saturday in the NTFL. The Bombers versing the Crocs here, 12 p.m. local time. On a breath of wind out there. Temperature 31.5, but it feels like 35. We just said before, Danksy, we can't understand what that means. It feels like temperature, but
yep.
It is hot. The girls will feel it as we see the first real disposal in the middle of the ground go the way of the Crocs. They get an early holding the ball, so they'll be able to go short. They do now, just over the top of McLean, bouncing towards her. She's got to go and get it. Picked it up, dumped in a tackle. Umpire let it go. Smith handballed up and did well. She got it over to Roth into the side this week, puts it inside 50 early. Good chance here for the Crocs, but the Bombers coming across and sweeping it out, bouncing out towards Mahalaville. Smother came in there, and the Bombers work it out by hand. They get it over the top now. Cantilla went short, was able to find Tipaman Tiramiri. Her kick wasn't a great one, so they turn it over in the middle of the ground, and the Crocs are able to relaunch out wide. They get it back out to Roth, who's intercepted now by a fast coming. Looks like John Forrest going through quickly. She takes a bounce, will continue to run. She can go inside 50 with 2 bounces. She'll back herself. Archers are back with 3, can roll around. This will be a fantastic start. It's not a great kick, but it'll end up working in the goal square, and Tiwi with a bit of pace finds a chest of Coombs, who will go back and try to get the Bombers first.
Yeah, run from outside 50 and did 3 bounces there as he took that into the centre square, then just dropped it up in the air, and we'll give her the benefit of the doubt that that was a pass off.
We will. Alana Coombs will come in and she will get the ideal start for the Bombers, who get the first inside 2 minutes thanks to a quick running John Forrest, and they get the first goal of the game, Danksy.
Yeah, absolutely. Had a quick look there to Southern District set up across the back line, doing zone defence rather than banding up here at the moment. So don't know early in the game, but they look like they've decided to do a bit of play a sweeper in the back line there.
Yep.
Of course, that can be broken with someone doing exactly what happened then, just run straight at them, and a couple of bounces and chip over the top, and first goal on the board for the Bombers.
Yeah, fantastic start, the one they needed. Crocs were slow to start last week against Waratah as well. Waratah got the quick jump with 2 early goals, so we'll be disappointed to start in a similar fashion. The ball's back up at the middle of the ground, going the Crocs' way again. They get the second clearance of the day. Different personnel in today for the Crocs, so they'll be looking for some others to stand up as we see Cantilla pump it out with the rebound, but only as far as Shaw. One of their better players, Matty Shaw, goes inside 50, not able to find a target. Dangerous at ground. Cantilla with a good tackle. Stafford's able to get it forward, though. Spoil came from the back. Snap came round the corner, and the Crocs get the quick reply early in the first quarter. Goal for goal stuff.
Yeah, fell out to the front of the pack there, picked it up, just took a time, decided to just chip that one straight over the top of the goal umpire's head. We're back to even scores. 3 minutes in and 2 quick goals.
Yeah, it looks like Grace Whitaker. Sorry, it was Eva Harris.
Eva Harris, that was.
Who was able to get on the board there and snap quickly. Good pressure, locking it in there, the Crocs. And Eva Harris, she was fantastic last week for Southern Districts. She'll be happy to get on the board early. These two teams haven't played since last season. Round 16 they played, and it was Tiwi who won on that occasion by 31 points. Crocs have made leaps and bounds since then. as I mentioned, Danksy, it should be a very interesting clash. The Bombers have had the wood over the Crocs in recent encounters, as we'll get another ball up in the middle.
It's a tough conditions out there, of course, midday here, and pretty warm.
Back in the middle, trying to dribble it out there, and going forward again is Tiwi. So trying to get some inside 50s. Grady will have to be composed. She wasn't kicked it out of bounds, but fortunately it won't be a free kick. They'll get a ball in. And 4.5 minutes gone in this one. It's been a quick start from both teams. Sarah King doing the ruck work for the Tiwi Bombers. Wasn't able to quite get it down, wrestling with Bonnie Brown. Good tackle. Coming out the back now. Who can pick it up cleanly? It was Shaw again. Only got it as far as John Forrest, who put it inside 50. Bouncing ball will ask a fair bit of the defenders, but Crawford was composed and was able to rebound out. And they've got a bit of time and space here. If they can find Smith, she'll want to arch her back. She's a good user of the footy. Got players coming at her, and they've got the run on here. This kick goes in from Whittaker. Got women streaming back towards the goal square. If they can pick it up cleanly, it was Hewitt who just overran it at the wrong time, and they've going to clean it up. The Bombers still pressure on here, bouncing out towards McNaughton. She's able to get it out towards Thompson, who tries to slap forward. The front on pressure will continue to Sohn. Has to go and get it. Be happy with the stoppage, and Thompson will get it eventually. We'll get a ball up inside the Crocs 50. Yeah,
unlucky then Districts. They had that player open or running through all on their own, just couldn't get the delivery to them directly, and of course the bounce can go anywhere with the Aussie Roos football.
Yeah, they were on there, but you're right, just a bad bounce as Brown gets it to the top of the goal square. Dangerous spot, and this time Rihanna Hewitt is able to pick it up cleanly.
2-on-1 there, right in the middle of the square, so Crocs player plenty of time then. Put this one through, no run up, straight over the goal umpire's head.
Yeah, easy as you like for Hewitt. She gets the second in the row for the Crocs, and they get back in front for the first time today. Just that pressure. And the Crocs forward 50 able to lock it in, asking a lot of the Tiwi defenders, who will struggle if it continues coming in like it has so far. So the Crocs beat Tars last week by 15 points. It was Caitlin O'Keefe who's out of the side today. Her, as well as Kate Twaddle, Naily Borg, were three of their better players last week, the Crocs. So they're certainly a different looking team today, and I'm going to have to ask a few other girls to stand up.
With Wanderers having the bye, this could lock them a short spot in the top 5 going into Christmas. So it's a big chance here for Southern Districts to get that top 5 position, and as they go into the break.
Yeah, you're right. And Guinness's women will, especially these games against lower ranked opponents like Tiwi, you just can't afford to drop these, being as tight as it is in the women's competition. We'll be happy with a good start here. They lead by a goal. Brown, beautiful tap out in the middle. Not able to pick it up cleanly. The pressure came out the back from Cunningham. She'll continue to go in there, but Forsyth did well. The other skipper applying, puts it to a dangerous position. Coming at it was Tassone. Handball didn't go far, so another inside 50 for the Crocs. Bouncing out towards Whittaker again. She's able to roll around on the right, finds a bit of time and space at the top of the goal square. Backing herself to run out is well done from Maureen. Clears the area. Got a bad feeling that Frost will want to put it back. She's picking up cleanly. Handball to Easton, who got it back to Frost. Kick goes to the spot again, but leading in front was Maureen, and she can get it out for the Bombers. A drop mark in a dangerous spot. They can't put two possessions together at the moment, the Bombers. Instead, they'll have to settle for a stoppage. It'll be a ball up, 8.5 minutes gone.
Yeah, passed on out there from the fence straight into the arms, and of course went through, and unlucky for him. Ball up down, she's in a dangerous spot, Lockie.
It is Brown again, a beautiful hit out. Goes to the top of the goal square, bouncing ball. Nobody going with Whittaker, who was tackled. Umpire was about to pay a free kick, let it go. Bouncing out, Smith now a chance. Could she work this one out? Gave it, tried to get back to Whittaker. Good defence coming from the Bombers, and I want to get it through for a rush behind, and eventually they do. So 7-point margin of the Crocs, 9 minutes gone in this one. They just need to string a few disposals together, Danksy.
Yeah, 5 inside 50s to 3 at the moment. Tiwi had the first couple. From then on, though, it's all been the Crocs. And you're right, they just need to just gonna take a bounce and bring this one out.
Yeah, they want it to get out the back here. It'll eventually do it. Timamiri, she'll continue to run. A few bounces forward now and puts a long kick, end-to-end stuff. The kick didn't go far in distance, but it'll still ask a lot of the defenders. Bouncing out the back now, if they can pick it up clean, an opportunity here at ground level. Crocs defenders dour. Over Hill, handball up, McLean, pressure coming from behind. There's players there. Up with Timmy. Kick came out from the stoppage. It'll be across the face of goal. They'll be happy with the stoppage if they can. Young will pick it up. She's got plenty to deal with in Tipung Woody, and will get a ball up. 10 minutes gone in this one. Interesting clash so far. Certainly been played in both sides forward 50s. You see this one go back in. Smythe doing the ruck work for the Crocs. He will be looking to find something on the snap here. Bouncing out towards Easton. She did well, but going back to get it was Thompson, who put it out in front of the dangerous Rosie Wilson, who proves her dangerousness there. Gets the second for the Bombers out of a dribbling ball to the far side and made them pay. Bombers get their second in this first quarter.
Yeah, got away with pace there, Lockie. Just absolute speed from Rosie. Then running into that open goal, and then just took her time and composure and popped that through. And 1 point in it now. 2-1, 13, 2 straight. This had 11 minutes gone here in the first quarter.
Yeah, beautiful from Rosie Wilson. She's certainly one to watch for Tiwi. She's played almost all of their games this season. That's her 6th goal, 5 bests for the Bombers, and she'll be happy to get on the board early. Just tying this contest back up, but Bombers looking dangerous every time they go inside 50. Crocs are winning the stoppages, however. Out of the middle again is Shaw. She's got players running out wide. One of this is Cog Hill. Over the top was able to find Hewitt again. Kicked one earlier. Puts it inside 50 with a beautiful kick. And Southern Districts will have a chance at another one here through Grace Whittaker.
They've looked good going forward every time in that position when they've had the lead-out player and then someone floating around the back as well. Tiwi are using a sweeper system as well, and dropping someone back.
Whittaker kicked one last week. She's kicked one early here as well. Good set shot from a tricky angle. The Crocs get another quick reply and extend it back out to 7 points, 12.5 minutes gone in this one. So as I said, Danksy, an interesting start to this game. Both sides looking dangerous inside 50. Defence, both teams is going to have to stand up.
And the kicking on target's been fabulous. I mean, 5 goals straight up. The point was a rushed one, which was a bit of a scrap thing. So their actual kicking when they've had a shot on goal's been excellent. So keep this up. Have a good game in our hands this afternoon.
Absolutely. Crocs struggled to kick straight last week. 6 goals, 9. So be happy to change those woes as this one bounces out of the middle. First real clearance for Tiwi, but Southern Districts run it well off half back. This one will go Tiwi's way. Lasso rule, you'd think. The umpire not open to that by the looks of it. You'd think it's the Lasso rule. And it will be.
Yeah, I think the boundary umpire talked the umpire into that one.
Yeah.
Thinking, why am I throwing this one in?
Yeah, the umpire have not been privy to that one, but that's okay as this one dribbles back into the middle of the ground. It's a poor kick. It was turned over to Harris, who And goes straight through the middle of TIO Stadium. Bouncing ball out to Forsyth, who's tackled straight away, and we'll get another ball up. Good tackle there coming from Tassone, who's been good early for Tiwi. Back up in the middle. Big clearance to win here, you'd think. Cantilla gets it out of the middle. Dribbling towards the one-on-one contest. Down low is Smythe. Good pick up. She gets it back now, Smythe. Tapped it over the top to Forsyth, who kicked it to a nest of Bombers waiting for it. They tripped over each other and ended up going the way of the Crocs. There's a one-on-one inside 50 here. Whittaker, but a great intercept mark again from Marine. That was fantastic, and she pleads with her girls just to show a bit of composure. That's a beautiful kick, and hanging on to it out the back there eventually, the Bombers.
Yeah, a bit of clash between two Tiwi players there, and coming off just trying to get an idea who it is, but signal to the bench. Looks like a right leg issue.
Yeah, you keep an eye on that one for me, Danksy, but hoping that that one's all good. She's at least up on her feet as the ball's going to be brought up for another stoppage.
Yeah, it was a clash between two players, so a bit of friendly fire.
Yeah. This one back up in the middle. Numbers around the ball here for the Bombers if they can win it down. Umpire putting the whistle away early. Milverhill not able to get it as far as Coombs. Dribbles it up towards Tate. Tried to take on a whoopee tackler. Didn't go far with the handball. Put herself under pressure. Now diving on top of the footy. But we'll get another ball up. So ball on the far side. Approaching 16 minutes gone in this one. So getting towards red time here as Forsyth will run it out and kick to a 2-on-2. Finds her teammate up the line here in Stafford, who can put it to a dangerous position here. Bouncing ball forward. No one's able to be clean. And we'll get another stoppage as Norton sits on that one.
It was Cantilla that went off in the end, but just jogged off. So Antonis Cantilla, number 12.
Yeah, fingers crossed we'll see more of her later as we see another tackle. So the Bombers electing to go a lot more by foot. The Crocs are exposing them out the back here when they get it on the break. This one is smothered. Bouncing out towards dribbling John Forrest. She's not able to pick it up cleanly. McNaughton was. Got the handball only as far as Willoughby. John Forrest socketed it again. It is intercepted. Good few efforts there from John Forrest. Not able to stop the Crocs as they put it inside 50 here. Leading the race of the Bombers. Going there to pick it up was Duran. She was pushed over by Harris, who just socketed into the pocket now, running forward. Great handball coming from Stafford, who goes to Whittaker, was pushed as she kicked. So it'll go out of bounds and we'll get a throw in with what'll be about 30 seconds to go, and the Bombers will be hoping to get out of this quarter with no more damage on the scoreboard.
Yeah, 7 points in at the moment. You're right, had opportunity there to pinch one through. Bit of a poor defending, for want of a better word, from Tiwi then, and but Southern Districts didn't take the full total for it.
I just want to lock it down. Coming out of the ruck there was Stewart. Can she put on another one? Just misses. That would have really hurt the Bombers. Stewart's already got one and she's looking dangerous today. So it should be the last kick of the quarter, and we won't even get that. And at quarter time here at TIO Stadium, it is Southern Districts leading 3-2-20. The Bombers 2 goals straight. Harris, Hewitt, Whittaker with the goals for the Crocs, and for the Bombers it was Alana Coombs with an early one and Rosie Wilson with a classy one on the near side. What have you liked early in that one, Danksy?
Yeah, good end-to-end and good shooting at goal. Apart from that last one then, probably had an opportunity to stretch that lead more than 8 points. You're watching AFLNT's coverage of the 25-26 TIO NTFL season live on NT News and Community TV. We're back with the second quarter shortly. Welcome back to AFLNT's coverage of the 25-26 TIO NTFL Women's Premier League Round 12 clash from TIO Stadium. Southern Districts and the Tiwi Bombers. Southern Districts with an 8-point lead. I'm Nick Danks, my commentary partner this afternoon, Lockie Humphreys. And Lockie, both sides look pretty good. And Southern Districts probably had an opportunity to get a couple more ahead, but 9 inside 50s to 5 in that first quarter in favour of the Crocs.
Yeah, the Crocs were able to dominate out of the middle with their stoppage work, but Bombers were dangerous when they got it inside 50, and it's made it an interesting clash early. This one will bounce out towards Forsyth, who overran the footy. Going back to get it was Cunningham. The handball didn't go far, so she'll dive on top of it again. The umpire just letting things go as Forsyth runs out with it. Flicks a clever handball up there to Frost, who can put it inside 50, and sitting all alone is Eva Harris. Too far out to score, but she'll have girls coming at her. This one's going to be a bouncing ball in front of Whitaker, who handballed back into trouble. Harris had to go and get it. Was eventually tackled, and this is where a lot of their goals came from in the first quarter. Danks, you just see stoppages inside 50.
Yeah, we saw one with the ruck, but took it out of the ruck in one hand and then popped it, just pushed it wide. Very similar to just then.
This one goes to the top of the goal square, and another Crocs mark just sitting all alone. It's Grace Whitaker again. She could be on for a big day, Danksy.
Yeah, it looks pretty comfortable up there at the moment. Just pushed away. Been cut off a couple of times, though, by the Tiwi defence. But again, that no run-up kick straight over the top of the goal umpire's head for the first goal on the board for Southern Districts. There's been some other games this round. Last night at Gazali's Arena, Darwin Buffaloes defeated Waratah by 7 points. There's 2 more games on here today at 4:30 at TIO Stadium. St Mary's will take on Palmerston. Then at 5 o'clock at Nightcliff Bendigo Community Bank Oval, the Tigers and Pint.
Yeah, which should prove to be a really interesting clash, that one, Danksy.
Yeah, I think so. Tigers at home as well, and Pint, of course, always hard to beat.
That'll certainly be one of the games of the round. Both teams wanting to assert their dominance on this women's competition. Back underway in this one. The hit out coming there from Cooper. Crocs get another clearance. They're killing them out of the middle, and Harris is getting first use. She'll put another kick down Whitaker's direction. Wasn't able to get it, running off with it. Another few bounces. Maureen, no one's able to chase. The girls give up from behind. Maureen's just going on a merry way. The kick didn't favour the teammate. McLean tried to come up with it. Bouncing out of there is Wilson, who delivers a beautiful little chiseler inside. They've got women on wide here, Tiwi. That's a poor kick out in the direction there of John Forrest, who steadies into the pocket. One-on-one contest will trickle out the back here. Tip and Woody will put the pressure on them. Will get a ball up in Tiwi's forward 50, but a chance here to put one on the board.
Yeah, I've seen that for a long time. The 3 Crocs chasing the Tiwi defender then, and all looked at each other, raised their arms and went, "You catch her, I can't." So just pure speed there by the Tiwi defender.
Yeah, Maureen, she just took off and no one was going to catch her. So this one will be handballed back into trouble, you'd think. They pick it up here from McLean. She was tackled again. Cunningham, Jasmine held on for too long. So the Crocs will get the free kick here. Forsyth will get that one. Emma Forsyth will go wide. She'll find her teammate, who kicks in the middle towards Shaw. Drop the mark, and the Bombers will be there to take advantage. Just a little handball out in front, tapping towards forward 50. Good pick up in there. Forsyth cleaning up again, and asks her teammates to run out wide to it. Beautiful pick up and bounce here coming from, looks to be John Forrest again. Just her disposal hasn't been what she would have liked. I mean, with a double effort of the spoil, she'll try to go again here. Well done, John Forrest. Buried the head. Wilson will add more pressure to the contest. Gets the ball back herself. Tackled immediately. Probably dumped in that one, you'd think, but they get it out with a quick kick going forward from Cantilla. It'll just be short and wide, and a first behind for the Bombers today. Margin back to 13 points.
Yeah, the umpire did play advantage then. It was definitely a dump, but had the opportunity then to break 3 and call play on.
No. Crocs will try to find a target here. Coming out of the back 50 once again. Plenty with Tiwi Bombers at the feet. John Forrest, handball over the top here. Cunningham can run inside. Might get the ball out the back. Crocs having to defend for a long period here. Snap will be hoping to come across, but it was just a throw. There was such a big chance to get a score there, Danksy, but just a free kick at the wrong time.
Yeah, right in front of the umpires. Had no choice but to make that decision. It was definitely a throw. But it's been cut off here. Going to come straight back.
Yeah, it was a bad kick from Tate. 2-on-1, the top of the goal square, coming across over the top, and Cunningham can run through now, and she just misses.
Big opportunity there directly in front. Should have popped that one straight through. Was a bit under a little bit of a pressure, but those are the sort of ones you're going to have to get, the Bombers, because they're not going to get that many chances today.
No, you're right. They have to take advantage of the opportunities that they get given, especially when the Crocs turn it over. You see this one goes short of the pocket. Grady has McLean, but that's a little bit of a shank off the side of the ankle, and the Bombers will be able to put it back inside here through Cantilla.
Yeah, needed the boundary line about 3 metres further out for that one, but Cantilla's going to drop this one back in the middle. Couple of loose Tiwi players. Takes this bounce, doesn't run around, another bounce.
Cantilla showing her skills, puts it inside with a beautiful kick and a nice mark there coming from Maureen. This time it's Hilda Maureen who can line them up from 25 metres out.
That looked like a training drill, that one did. That was definitely set up for her. She came out of the pack all on her own and needs to put this one through. There's a few Croc players on the line.
Yeah, she doesn't look too confident here, Hilda Maureen, but she kicked one last week and she can try to just shape this one through the goals. Doesn't matter how it gets there, it's the same result, and the margin is back to 6 points.
Shape or shank, but it did definitely go through. The goal umpire didn't move at all, and it set back to 6 points, and it's what Tiwi needed then. They lost that first goal and thought, here we go, but chipped themselves back into it. One straight kick. Nearly 7 minutes gone of the second quarter.
Yeah, almost the 8-point play, Danksy. Just a few behinds, and we'll get a goal when we want there, and it was Hilda Maureen who was able to put it through, so she'll be pleased to get another one on the scoreboard after kicking one last week. She joins Coombs and Wilson as the goal scorers for Tiwi today, as the margin is back to 6 points in what is gearing up as a really interesting clash here.
They look better than a side that's only won one game for the season, the Bombers, today.
Absolutely. Showing a fair bit of fight today. Bouncing ball comes out of the middle. King will run up to get it for the Bombers. Good handball coming out the back of the pack here. They use the handballs well, the Crocs, and they can put it inside for yet another forward 50 entry. Coming up to meet it there was Hewitt, who can put it into the pocket now. A few Crocs will back themselves to mark it at ground level. There a chance as well. Smith roving, ducking wide, and she'll kick it all but out of bounds, and we'll get a throw in deep in the pocket.
You can see what she's trying to do then, trying to pull that one back for a full forward to run onto, but just a little bit too much on it. There's no breeze at all here at the moment. It's still as any little tiny bit and favouring the airport end to the right of screen, but that one just pushed a bit further than she thought it was.
Yeah, you're right. They look a lot better than a one-win side here, the Bombers. They're taking it up to the Crocs yet again, who had to fight hard last week against the Tars side. This one almost juggled onto by Brooker. Wasn't able to. That would have been a chance at goal. Trying to run out of there is Tupaman Tamiri, and she's taken care of, and it is holding the footy.
He had a couple of opportunities to get rid of it then, and decided to keep hold of it right in front of the umpire and got pinged.
Good tackle there from Alana Mulvihill, whose kick on goal will be short. The bounce will be tricky to pick up. They try to soccer it out of danger here. Once again, Whittaker looking dangerous on the right foot snap. That one won't be on target. Maureen's there to clean up and bounce away again. As her kick's dangerous inside. Wouldn't mind seeing that one just hit the boundary, but they love taking it on Tiwi. The Crocs have set up well behind the footy. Easton will try to come across her, and Forsyth will just communicate and work it out. McLean has one on shore. That kick will just be wide, and we'll get a throw in.
Yeah, playing the goalkeeper now role Maureen is back there for Tiwi Bombers, just all on her own, just standing on the goal line. It's worked well for him a couple of times. She's cut it off at the last step.
Might actually get a lasso here, so wasn't touched off the boot, and the Bombers will be able to, wow. I don't even know if that's going to get back in play. It'll come off hands, and that was more of a shack taxi. It'll trickle out of bounds.
Yeah, luckily that it did bounce about a foot inside, so it made it a bit easy for the boundary umpire to call that one, but for a moment there it looked like it had gone directly out of bounds.
Throw in. Bombers out the back here if we can find them. It does. Oh, to run out again and kick forward. Big contest here to win. Bouncing footy out the back. Cunningham will back herself. She can pick it up cleanly. She's got girls running towards goal. The handball will have to be quick. Tip and Woody will back herself here. Goes around on the snap. This will be a fantastic pass. He just dropped it at the wrong moment. Coombs, you were so close, and we'll get a throw in.
Yeah, good pressure there from the defender from the Crocs, though. Because that was going to be a clear mark. I think the umpires paid for a knock off the ball. So head front on.
Yeah, she gets a second chance, Alana Coombs. Was pushed off the footy. That's what happens when you get dangerous and make the defender sweat. She's got a tough angle to deal with. Kicked the first of the day. Alana Coombs will go around on the outside of the right boot, goes across all comers, and we'll get a stoppage this time. 11 minutes gone into the second quarter.
Yeah, similar spot as where the ball went out before, but the umpire gave it to the two we play. This time it's on the other side of the goals to bring it back in. A couple of loose players around for Tiwi at the moment, though. Crocs have dropped one back.
It's back into play. Clean. Did well. Was able to find Coghill, who will back herself against the quick John Forrest, who put enough pressure on there to turn over the kick. That was a mark. I don't know why the umpires let that one go. That was a mark. And it certainly was to Cantilla, so she'll get it.
Furthest umpire away paid that mark. Then the one who directed was just off side of it. But the further away umpire let them know it was a mark.
It's Cantilla. Put a few down the line. Not able to pick them off. And once again, the Crocs are just able to get the interception on the half-back flank. Forsyth did well. Clean moves and a good kick up the line here. It'll just have to sit quietly for Hewitt. She's able to flick the handball off. They're out now here. Harris can put it inside 50, and sitting all alone was Smith, who will continue on by hands. Just missed Stafford, and the Crocs turning it over when they didn't need to. They had all the play, and Smith, just a bad handball. She'll be disappointed at that effort.
Yeah, it's been 3 or 4 times today the Crocs have had someone breaking away like that, and just it's a bit of a skill area of let Tiwi back into it.
You're right, Danksy, keeping Tiwi in the game here, but they've got to continue to defend as this one bounces out towards Stafford. She'll have to go back and get it. Bury the head to Brown. Now back here to Hewitt. Few link-ups from the Crocs as this one's kicked inside, but Tipamunta Mimiri will be able to bring it down and kick out. It'll hope to get out the back and can run again, the Bombers. Geez, they hurt them when they get it out the back here. We see it again, a bouncing footy. There's a one-on-one inside 50 if Cunningham can get it over the top. This time she's able to find Rosie Wilson, who's good user by footy. Tip and Woody out the back now. Can she pick it up cleanly? You bet she can. Goal! Tiwi end-to-end stuff. That's as good as you'll see, and it's a tie game here at TIO.
That was a great goal. That's probably the best goals I've seen Tiwi do in a long time. That was straight out of defence. 2 or 3 passes straight down the middle and hit a Tiwi player every time, and then it's well done in the full forward position to shepherd that ball around in their favour and then just pop it through for the goal. And as you said, all tied up 4-2, 4-2.
Yeah, Jelena Tip and Woody. It's her 12th goal of the season. She's currently 4th in the league for goal scorers, and it's a team that's only won a single game this season, Danksy. That's really impressive.
Yeah, 7 inside 50s to 4 this quarter, so certainly had the run of the ball. And again, big turnaround then. The Crocs had 3 players loose, couldn't make up the connections, and it's gone bang, bang, bang over the top, and we're all tied up.
So the Bombers playing that Tiwi style, taking the game on, and when they get it out the back, they look so dangerous. They're exposing the Crocs at the minute. They've kicked the last few. Southern Districts have seemingly had all the play, but haven't been able to put it on the scoreboard, and it's showing as it's a tied game. Going inside 50. Maureen again. Fantastic defence. Another intercept mark back there, and she'll look to switch. It's a dangerous kick. Good mark there coming from Tipper Mantamiri. Goes inside, and another link up. Rosie Wilson will take off. They just go with the fly of the ball here, the Bombers. There's no stopping them as Tipper Woody will be another target. Watch it get out the back for Tipper Woody. She'll go off goal. She can't. Pushed off it. Umpire let it go. Good defence in the end there coming from Grady Dower, and she won that occasion. She'll have to do it again as Cunningham will get the footy back. Women inside, queuing up here, the Bombers. And it's Hilda Marine in a similar spot to her last shot on goal. She'll get another set shot to put the Bombers back in front.
Just doing them a pace at the moment for the last 5 or 10 minutes. They've just absolutely not stopped running the Bombers. There's been a couple of times they're using the corridor football very, very well. And the Crocs just aren't keeping up with them.
So Hilda Marine kicked a set shot before. She was able to bust a little in-swinger inside, and she's able to kick a second set shot goal. Hilda Marine. The Bombers are back in front now. They've kicked the last few, and they are exposing the Crocs here. Just sense a bit of an upset, Danksy, halfway through this game.
Yeah, pace is definitely what's doing it for them. It just, as I said, a couple of minutes they've been running the ball. It's been the same couple of players as well, just taking it out of the middle. And big, strong full forward, just causing lots of trouble. Ball dropped to the front of the pack, and they've hit the front. They were down by 8 points at quarter time. Tiwi now leading by 6 with about just under 2 minutes left to play this half.
Loved Rosie Wilson just marking it in the middle and taking the game on, going forward and taking a backward step. The Bombers, they're going to continue to go fast. Wilson's there again. Brown picked it up, got it to Shaw, who tried to brush off John Forrest. Look at this front on pressure from the Bombers. They're bringing the heat here in this second quarter. Good pick up. Rosie Wilson will take it on. Can go inside. Can she hold on to that mark? Coombs, she can't. Still dangerous. Didn't have the footy. The umpire let it go. Coombs will fight and scrap and claw to get it out towards her teammates. Well done here from Tiwi. They continue just to push it forward. Good tackle coming from the Crocs, and eventually they're able to win the stalemate. Release it wide. John Forrest loves a bounce. Goes with the snap. Tip and Woody will be behind this one. Dropped it. Now she's able to pick it up. Tip and Woody goes left, goes right, snaps it through. How about that? The Bombers are flying here in the second quarter.
Yeah, half-time can't come quick enough for Southern Districts at the moment. This last 5 minutes or so, it's all been Bombers. It's now 11 inside 50s to 5 this quarter. It was 9 to 5 in the first quarter. To 2 have certainly turned around. There's no wind advantage here, so it's not that. It's just pure pace.
This is unbelievable from the Tiwi Bombers. They're in full flight. I saw a few girls just run off with the aeroplane there, Danksy. They are loving this second quarter action. Just the pressure that they're bringing inside 50. The Crocs can't keep up, and it's causing a lot of turnovers and fumbles. What about the snap from Tip and Woody? Gee, she knows how to find them.
Absolutely, 20-point turnaround in this quarter. So well done by the Tiwi Bombers.
Yeah, 1 goal to 4 in this second quarter. That's all but over, and all the momentum is with the red and the black as we go into half-time. They'll be cock-a-hoot, the Bombers. They lead by 12 points. Tip and Woody with 2 goals, Marine with 2, Coombs and Wilson singles, Harris, Hewitt singles, and Whittaker with 2 for Southern Districts. But a fantastic start to this game, Danksy. It's all you could ask for here at 12 p.m. at TIO.
Yeah, don't go away. Come back for the second half. You're watching AFLNT's coverage of the 25-26 TIO NTFL season live on NT News and Community TV. Back shortly with the second half. Welcome back to AFLNT's coverage of the 25-26 TIO NTFL Women's Premier League Round 12 clash this afternoon. Southern Districts and the Tiwi Bombers. I'm Nick Danks, commentary partner Lockie Humphries. And wow, a 20-point turnaround from the Bombers then, and did all in speed. 8 points down at quarter time. Bombers now leading by 12 points. Looked outstanding, Lockie.
Yeah, an unbelievable second quarter of footy here at TIO Stadium on a beautiful day for just that. So we are going to continue here, third quarter action, and the Crocs are going to be the first ones to get it inside 50. Another quick start, bouncing out towards Hewitt. She'll have to pick it up cleanly. Was tackled again from the Bombers. Their defensive pressure has been good, and they rushed this one through for a behind. But yeah, you're right, Danksy, 4 goals to 1 in that second quarter. The way the Bombers, they put it on, especially late in that second term. They just went bang, bang and took off through their fast-running midfielders as we see them go quickly, and it was their ability to break the lines and get the ball out the back and just continue to spread and stretch this Crocs defence. As we see this one going to be jumped on top of. They'll want to spread it out of here, the Bombers. That's where they work well, whereas the Crocs are good in the clinches. Good handball inside. So they find a little kick over the top here. Will have to be Dower as John Forrest. Watch her take a few bounces. That's her first option always, as she just tucks it under the arm and says, come and catch me. She was caught eventually, and Mulver Hill did well to chase her down. Not many have been able to do that today, Danksy.
Yeah, they crowded her more than anything as well. The defenders came up and helped that one just come through.
Coming at it hard was Young. Goes with the up and under kick. Going to be asking a lot. Bounces in the middle of 2 Crocs. Going back to get it was Thompson, who didn't get it far. Winning it was Smith, who put it inside 50. Kick into the pocket. Once again, the Bombers leading the race and leading the forwards to the footy. Handball didn't go far from Marine. She'll try to get it back, but tapped out of bounds, and we'll get a throw in inside 50. Almost 2 minutes gone in this third quarter.
Yeah, Tiwi playing that goalkeeper role as well. Sweeper in the back, so quarterback type role. And it's done really well from coming off the goals. And that 4-1, if you think about it, the Crocs got the first goal of that second quarter as well. So 4-0 from about 2 or 3 minutes into that quarter.
Yeah, an unbelievable turnaround, and all of a sudden Southern Districts who need to reply. This one will be bouncing out of there, needs to get the kick away. Was she taken high? She was. Yeah. So a lucky free kick going the way of Tipper Muntamiri. As we get a stoppage, but eventually she'll get the footy back here.
Yeah, a couple of times the umpire was about to blow the whistle, then let it go for the first time, and then the head high tackle paid that.
So she had options on shore, but just tried to go through the middle, and a few Bombers just scratching the heads at that kick, so it'll come back. Crocs with the intercept mark. They'll continue that middle kicking. Smith will want to go quickly, and quickly she does. That's a nice kick out wide, finding Harris again, who can line up for number 2. You're right, Danksy.
Need this one as a settler, don't they?
They do. Bombers have kicked the last 4. They need Harris to bob up and kick her second. That one's never a chance, but another Maureen intercept mark. Gee, she's been good down there, Athena Maureen. This is the kick here that's just been the tough one for Tiwi when they've been locked in and forced to go slow. It's a nice kick, just short there of Putimi. Turnover came. Crocs go long once again. Marine's got to be strong. Spoiled. Pressure on here. 3-on-3. Smother from Marine again. She tries to kick, doesn't go far. Handball goes up to Harris, who's still dangerous, to Whitaker. Trying to go back here to Smith, who has a few Bombers to deal with, and just hacking it away was Thompson, but only as far as looks to be Brown, who will take the inside 50 intercept, and Bonnie Brown will be able to go back and have a crack here from not too far out.
Yeah, problems there, kicking across the goal. The only person who was going to get that was going to be a Croc player. Probably would have been better off to come in down the line here.
So Bonnie Brown was best on ground last week for Southern Districts. Fantastic young ruckman. And she makes no mistake on this occasion, and Crocs get back into this one with the early start in the third quarter. Bonnie Brown with a beautiful kick there from the set shot, and margin is back to 6 points.
And tickets are now available for Rep Footy returns. And for the first time ever, you experience an NTFL All-Star Saturday. Looking forward to this on Saturday, the 24th of January, here at TIO Stadium during the long weekend bye. This year's All-Star matches will introduce 2 new rep sides, the Heat and Spears. So local footballers and a couple have come from interstate and played up here as well and played pretty well. So a big game of footy. Tickets on sale now for Saturday, the 24th of January.
Yeah, can't wait, Danksy. Should be a fantastic weekend of footy, and if it's anything like the game that we're watching here, should be a sight to see as the Crocs are rolling out of the middle again, finding targets up forward and trying to change the momentum as Smith goes inside, looks for Easton, bouncing ball goes past her, she'll get it eventually here. Easton can straighten up, Had Hewitt just running past, why not give it to her? She shots on goal but hits wood, and it's a behind, but Crocs looking dangerous here, marching back to 5 points.
Yeah, it's the way they looked in the first quarter when they had the 8-point lead. They were just getting the right balls across the top, and Tiwi was just letting it go. But then, of course, in the second half, Tiwi just found some pace and need to get that back, I think.
They do. Got to find a target up the line here in John Forrest. Not bad when it gets to ground, bouncing forward, always trying to take on their opponent there. Wasn't able to bring it back. Good chase from Forsyth. John Forrest in there as well. So is Easton. Kick coming out forward now. 2-on-1 in the favour of the Crocs. They want to get it out the back here, the Bombers. Trying hard is Marine. Was able to find Coombs, who has a bit to deal with. She played for the free kick, didn't get it in the end. And the kick will go in the direction of Harris. Will turn her player inside out. Ignored and deliver the tackle. Pressure came, and John Forrest again cleans it up. She'll have to sit under this one, Cunningham. And eventually a free kick will be found. So Bombers get the ball here in a dangerous position.
Yeah, front on the tackle then. Just trying to hand that one off. Thought it was somebody else's free kick. It's actually hers. Or no, it is somebody else's.
Yeah, she's just a bit shaken up. Kathleen Cunningham was taken high, and she might just come to the bench. Jasmine Cunningham will take the kick inside 50, bouncing out the back upward Timmy. Put the pressure on Roth. Enough pressure to force the turnover to Cantilla, who gets a handball up in the direction of Maureen. A lot of pressure on the Crocs defence, but they've got numbers on wide and trying to find Coghill. Had numbers back, but a bad handball puts them under more pressure of their own doing. Brooker just said, get it away from here and go out wide. Not a bad play to kick it out in front of with Smith. Who goes up the line to a one-on-one, coming hard at the footy. There was Lorenzo. She gets it in the direction of King, who dived on top of the footy. The umpire will have it back and will get a ball up. 8 minutes gone in this third quarter. The Bombers still leading by 5 points, but the Crocs are coming, Danksy.
Certainly are, and they've just need to settle down. Tiwi do at the moment, try and get some of that ball movement they found in the second quarter.
Cunningham went low. Lorenzo's in there, picking up, and will get another stoppage. Conditions hot out there today. Certainly be a few girls starting to feel the heat as this one gets later on in the clash, and the pace continues to go quick through the middle of the ground here. Bouncing ball, Tipperwoody was almost pushed off it. Norton had to go back and get it. Eventually Tipperwoody came up with it and goes forward. Big contest to win here. Bouncing off hands, Tiwi. Player down behind play. We'll keep an eye on that one as it goes inside 50. Coming at the footy hard was Hilda Marine again, who's been a good target inside 50 for the Bombers, and she's kicked 2 set shot goals today. Probably too far out for a third.
2 players down here for Tiwi, and they're actually calling the bench for one of them. Umpire's going to stop the game for a second.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. One of the Tiwi players is back to their feet, but
yep.
All right, Danksy, one on the far side. Still on her hands and knees, and not in a good way by the looks of it.
There was a head clash which went to the ground into a pack there, and again, might have been friendly fire for another time, but as we line back this one up, players back up on the feet. It's a good sign.
Yeah, a few injury concerns here for the Bombers. Maureen will have to put a big kick on. She went as close as she could, not far enough. Crocs clean up, still a chance here. John Forrest will look to take on. Handball over the top was a good one. Bouncing just the wrong way for Wilson. Right way here for our poor Timmy, who can snap on goal. Good touch coming from Young, an important one because that one could have trickled through and the margin's back out to 6 points. 10 minutes gone in the third quarter.
Yeah, good defending there by the Crocs. And a couple of Tiwi players running free. Bit of injury worry now. There's been about 2 or 3 come off for Tiwi. To keep an eye on their bench.
Yeah, you're right. They're doing everything right on the ground. They just need the ball to bounce their way and the injuries to stay away as well as it'll trickle out of the far side, picking up. They've got numbers here, the Crocs here, if they can work it out. Smith will go forward here, trying to get it out the back to Stafford. And it's sit for her teammate, it eventually will. Going back to get it was Whitaker, who can put it inside to Harris, who's strong. McNaughton did well, 2-on-1. Marine, she'll look to get it away. Bouncing ball to the goal square. Marine will just pick it up. Well done, Maureen. And she bounces away again. Gee, she's a good defender as she kicks up the line. There's nothing doing. It's all Crocs. There's numbers inside here. This will go in the direction of Harris. Bouncing forward. McNaughton and her doing battle once again. Harris kicked up. Marine's the only one defending 4-on-1. The Crocs have got all the numbers here if they can just pick it up cleanly. Whitaker goes back to get it and finds a player in short, Hewitt. Eventually they get a goal and the game is tied up once again.
Yeah, Crocs did well there, knocking that ball around, and there was, you said, 4-on-1 then in the square. Maureen can't do much about that. And we're back to 6-3, 39-39, 11 and a half minutes into the third quarter at TIO Stadium. Other games this round last night at Gazali's, Darwin Buffs defeated Waratah by 7 points. There's 2 more games on, 4:30 back here at TIO, St Mary's in Palmerston, and 5 o'clock tonight at Nightcliff Bendigo, Community Bank Oval, the Tigers and Pint. That'll be a beauty before we take a break for Christmas.
Yeah, exactly right. Wrapping up here in round 12 of what's been a fantastic NTFL season so far. We continue to get close to the back end of it. The Bombers would love to finish year 25 on a win. They've only had one so far this season and they're so close here. The Crocs are continuing to come at them. This ball bounces out towards Easton. Can't pick it up cleanly. Bouncing out of there was Wilson. Did well to get it forward here, but the Crocs are leading in front. Drop mark from McLean, who went back, chased by John Forrest. Put the pressure on, but good on the spread. Norverhill goes inside, finds Easton. Got plenty of Crocs. It just looks like the Bombers are starting to tire. There's not a lot of defenders over to help out now, and they're just queuing up here as Hewitt gets another mark inside 50. She's got another one on short. Smith, she'll take it all alone. That was just way too easy for the Crocs.
Yeah, it looks like that second quarter might have taken it out of Tiwi because they've basically stopped running. They're not manning up. They're all on their own right across the centre of the ground here, and the Crocs are making them pay up front and have now hit the front.
They have. Taylor Smith kicks truly in. Southern Districts hit the front for the first time in a while.
So 8 inside 50s to 4 this quarter. Turn around from 14 in favour, 16 in favour of Tiwi up till half time.
Yes.
We're back to a 6-point lead to the Crocs.
We are 3-1, playing one single behind for the Bombers in this third quarter. And you're right, Danksy, you just start to notice it a little bit. The Bombers are just starting to let fatigue creep in and not manning up as much as they were, not as intent on defending, and it's always going to hurt you. The Crocs will make you pay. Bouncing out of the middle.
Yeah, a lot of hands on hips out there already, and it's only just over halfway through the third quarter.
Yeah, there's only 6 minutes left in this third quarter. They'll just want to get to the break and regroup. So we see a free kick. The way here of the Crocs, it just slipped high. If there was ever a chance for a time out in AFL footy, they would love to have one here now, the Bombers, because the pressure is certainly on here. Another chance here. Whitaker bouncing out back towards Hewitt. She's been dangerous. So Smith for 2 in a row. Shot on goal, just misses, but they're looking dangerous.
Yeah, a bit of a training run at the moment for the Crocs. It's just knocking around at will, and currently, even now when this ball's coming back, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 5, 6, 7 Crocs inside 50 and only 3, 4 Tiwi Bombers.
It's bouncing away. Smith will be waiting again. Just got over the top of her. Contest on the wing, not able to pick it up cleanly as anybody, so going back to get it is Smith. Eventually she emerges, and it's a fantastic handball over the top to Shaw, who pumps it back inside. Coming from the back, spoil came from Marine. Still a chance here for Stafford if she can go cleanly. Pressure came from Cooper. Back up now here to Whitaker. She can snap around for number 3. Oh, she just gets wood, and it's another behind.
Hit both posts then, so you're going to get 1 point though for that. But it's gone across, but it really is a bit of shooting gallery now, and the Bombers will be looking forward to three-quarter time, but I just think they've this heat's just got the better of them. They look more like a side that has only won 1 game in this quarter, whereas in the last quarter they look like they probably should have been in the top 2 or 3.
Yeah, you're right, Danksy. And look, they have only won a single game this year, but if you go back and look through their scores, they've been close in a lot of them, and it would seemingly be from these little patches of play where they just look flat, and this ball will trickle out wide again, hoping to keep it in. Going back to get the footy there. Kick didn't go far. Stassi. The Tiwi player slow to get to their feet. They're dropping like flies at the moment. This one gets back to Coghill. He goes inside again. Having to be brave was Wilson, and she's good enough to pick it off, but they just need to get into this three-quarter time break without giving away another one, and to give themselves any chance. As we see Cantilla go quickly, they look good, but there's nothing on here. Coombs is begging her teammates to go there. That's a dangerous kick in the middle of so many Crocs. Another turnover, and they're queuing up here. Southern Districts bouncing off hands. Smith can't pick it up. There's Harris there. She bounces off a few, and then Harris would have slotted with absolute precision. And it is all Southern Districts now. Tiwi are going to have to pull out something special in this final quarter.
Yeah, I think they've been worried for Tiwi now. Another player just gone down as well, so they're getting a lot of knocks out there, and 15 points is probably about the least I would have thought this quarter to be leading by at the moment, and the Crocs look really good at 12 inside 50s to 4 this quarter.
Yeah, that kick from Coombs into the middle of the ground. She was begging her players to get forward and run and spread like they did in that second quarter, but they've just run out of legs and they couldn't get there, and kick was turned over, and you knew they were going to be chasing tail from there. So Eva Harris gets her second of the day right on the stroke of three-quarter time. 15-point margin. So continues to bounce forward. Cantilla couldn't get it far. Forsyth's in there. Soccer off the ground from Cunningham. She was tackled, but the three-quarter time siren sounds, and the Crocs have turned that 12-point half-time margin into a 15-point lead, Danksy.
Yeah, down. Southern Districts led by 8 points at quarter time. They were Tiwi in front by 12 at half-time, as you said, and 15 points now. You're watching AFL NT's coverage of the 25-26 TIO NTFL season live on NT News and Community TV. We're back to you with the final quarter shortly.
top-end footy is back. It's fast, tough and a pure display of territory passion. From the heat of the day to the electricity of the night games, every clash is fierce. Each moment better than the last.
Goal! They're into front!
This is our game, our way. Top-end footy. Nothing comes close.
Welcome back to AFLNT's coverage of the 25-26 TIO NTFL Women's Premier League Round 12 clash from TIO Stadium, Southern Districts and the Tiwi Bombers. I'm Nick Danks, Lockie Humphreys with me, and wow, good fight back there in that quarter by the Crocs.
Yeah, Southern Districts kicking 4 goals for to just a single point of the Bombers. They dominated in that third quarter after Tiwi put on an inspiring second quarter. You just don't know if Tiwi have the legs to come back from 15 points down. However, John Forrest runs down her opponent and proves me wrong on cue. She'll go with another dangerous kick inside, hoping to try to win it at ground level. Forsyth's got other ideas, kicking forward, and Onto the lead there of Hewitt. She's been good today. Bouncing ball in front of Harris. They've stood up. Harris continues to go. She'll have to zone, hanging off her. Chance here for Smith. She can go for goal number 2. Smith hits Wood again. Another poster. That's 3 in quick succession. It's just keeping the Bombers in it.
Yeah, I don't think they needed them to get the first goal. Again, it was numbers by the Crocs. Ball comes back out.
Marine kicked long, got enough distance on the kick. Tip and Woody put on a good tackle, and we've got a stoppage in the middle. That's the ball that's worked from the kick-ins for the Bombers today, the one that's gotten out the back and they've been able to run and continue to go forward. But when it's been stop-start like this, it's favoured the Crocs. They're good in the stoppage and the clinches. We see a nice handball outside here to Coghill, who can go wide. Will bounce and sit. Smith inside. Mulvihill drops it. Can still put it out in front of Roth, who got it up cleanly to Harris. Can go for a triple. Harris around the corner. Mark in the goal square, and Whittaker will have her chance for number 3.
Yeah, just numbers again, and if you have a look across it, I did it before. I think I counted 7 Crocs players in the 50 and about 4 or 5 Tiwi Bombers, and that's exactly what happened then. They're running through a 3 at a time and had the option to put it anywhere and pick the full forward and put that one through. Push out the lead.
Yeah, Grace Whittaker gets goal number 3, and the lead is extended now to 22 points, and it will be difficult now for the Bombers, you'd think. They'd have to do something really special. We saw that they are capable of doing it in that second quarter, but just don't know if they've got the legs dancing now.
Yeah, in that second quarter, they did 11 inside 50s to the Crocs 5, but then it turned around in the next quarter and it was 12 inside 50s to the Crocs to 4. And since then, it's all been Crocs' 2 and Tiwi Bombers yet to go inside their 50.
Yeah, so we've seen those Crocs forwards just dominating. Eva Harris, Rania Hewitt with 2 goals, and Grace Whittaker with 3 goals. They've been dominant down there. Smith's been getting it inside. Dispossessed was upward Timmy. King will try to get it out there with the little kick, and the Crocs will clean up wide and once again find a target down the line. Smith again. Gee, she's been good. Goes inside 50. Eva Harris, can she try with the handball? Trying to handball to Stafford, who was run down. Bombers defending, but there's nobody up the line. It is all Crocs. Coghill. Kick was smothered. Bouncing ball inside to Eva Harris, who got the handball back from herself. Stafford thrown off the footy. Smith. Handball up, chance here. Hewitt can go at goal. Good spoil, still a chance here at ground level here. 1-on-1, big ball to win. Well done from Marine. She stood up all day, been the best for the Bombers by far. Great pick-up coming. Handball went out to Roth, who can get on her right boot, but only manage a kick out wide. It'll be turned over to Tassone, who will kick it straight back in a disappointing effort, unfortunately, to Eva Harris, who will now get a chance for goal number 3. She's kicked 11 goals this year in 10 games, 4th in the league for goal scorers, and she'll look to add to her bag and add to this 22-point margin for the Crocs. Harris's kick is just across the face and another behind, margin out to 23.
Yeah, big turnaround since half-time, 23 and 12, a 35-point turnaround, and the Crocs really have put the foot down and had lots of players running loose, and even now, just as a couple of loose bodies right across the ground.
Kigati up, down the line. Bouncing footy will be won the way of the Crocs again off hands. Going forward, Shaw, she's able to dribble in front of a few. Coming back to get it was Hewitt, who's able to get it off to Harris. Can she make a man? She's kicked another point, Harris. She's been so close 70 times today. 2 goals, but that one will sail through for another behind, and the margin is now up to 24 points, but the Bombers are struggling to penetrate this Crocs ball at the moment.
Yeah, some inaccurate kicking in the last few minutes has stopped this thing from blowing right out.
Kick to the same spot, the same result. Smythe picks it off and she's got him queuing up inside if she can find him. Bouncing over the top, Harris, can she go on this occasion? She's getting 2 points in a row and short again. She might get another opportunity. It's just coming straight back to her. Bounces off the chest of Lorenzo. Going in was Roth. Handball up, didn't find the chest of Smith, who will have to settle for a stoppage inside 50.
Yeah, spent that ball before she picked it up. Do exactly what she wanted to do with it, but just didn't get a firm grip of the ball first. We toss it up in the 50.
Smythe, good hit out. Bouncing off was Shaw. Went forward. Marine will once again have to try to clean up, and it'll be thrown in deep inside. 6 minutes gone in this first quarter.
Been a shining light in the back line for the Bombers. Maureen just played a great game in there. Just, the weight of numbers has certainly played against her.
Back in, Smith will be the beneficiary of a good bounce over the top, but he's missed again. So the Crocs, you'd think the game would be over, but they just can't make the most of their opportunities at the moment. 25 points is now the margin.
Yeah, I think I said at half-time, at quarter-time, three-quarter time, I think 35 points is probably where this game is going to look at, and it's getting close to that now. I just can't see Tiwi running this game out with not that long to go, really.
Ball coming out. Smith tackled immediately. Wilson, short, easy. Harris gets it. Can she make amends on this occasion? Eva Harris.
Again, could have raffled that. There was 3 Croc players standing there all on their own in the centre of the ground. It's a warm day out there, of course.
So Eva Harris has kicked a few behinds today. This one will be to the top of the square. Juggling mark. How the umpire see that one? Said it was touch, bouncing off, and another behind. So 26 points is now the margin. It is living down the Crocs' end. Doesn't look like there any hope of getting it out here, the Bombers. John Forrest is there. Another Tiwi player down, unfortunately, behind play. Free kick will go the way of the Crocs inside. Harris again. Just went in front of her. Needs to go quickly. Thompson was run down, and a good tackle coming from Taylor Smith. She'll pounce on anything in there.
2 players still down in there. Runners come across.
It's a case of who really wants it at this point for the Crocs. They're all trying their hardest to get on the scoreboard, bouncing off. Going back will be Hewitt, picks it up, goes with the right boot. Can Hewitt put it through this time? You bet she can. Hewitt gets her 3rd of the day, and the Crocs finally get their 2nd goal of the quarter.
And a good Christmas present idea. Tickets are now available through Ticketmaster for the 2 matches here at TIO Stadium for the AFL. Gold Coast Suns taking on St Kilda on Saturday the 9th of May, followed by the Suns taking on Port Adelaide. Looking forward to that one on Friday the 15th of May. Tickets now available through Ticketmaster, and jump on the NTFL website. As we're looking at 32-point lead now to the Crocs. At 12 points, Bombers were up at half-time, and it's all been one way, and in this quarter alone, it's 8 inside 50s to zip.
Yes, we see a Tiwi player coming to the ground, holding her ribs. Just been smashed with girls coming off the Bombers. It's already tricky conditions to deal with, and when you don't have many on the bench, it makes it difficult. It looks like Rosie Wilson as well, who's one of their best players today. Ball in the middle, Crocs lining up. Free kick will go their way. Shaw again, starting to make a big impact. Running out of the middle of the ground. And kicking to Harris again. She's taken so many marks inside 50. Got players on wide. She'll look for Easton if she can get there. She went to, looks like Frost instead. Grace Frost will try her hardest from 35 metres out. High kick, backs herself to the top of the square. Ball on the goal line. Numbers with the Bombers as they kick out. Bouncing ball out towards Cantilla. She'll have to deal with Easton coming on towards her. Cantilla will love the boundary. Easton will have to keep it in. Easton wins. Cantilla gets hurt. The ball will come out now eventually. All the numbers, however, Danksy with the Crocs though running back out here.
Yeah, just the pace has gone off Tiwi completely since the end of that, since half time.
Shaw dumped as she tackled. Smith, so clever with footy in hand, kicks it inside. Harris has got plenty on, says I'll just take it all on myself. Can she put it through this time, Harris? She got the trip. The umpire doesn't think so. They're going to have a conference. Marine marked it on the line. And it will be a mark to Marine.
Yeah, played well today in the back line as the sweeper or the goalkeeper. Still having a conversation with the person who was the furthest away from the goal, so...
Yes, it looks like the boundary umpire, who probably had the best angle from behind the post, will judge this one and judged it a goal. So Eva Harris will get her third goal finally in this last quarter through a bit of deliberation, and Marine will be disappointed that that one floated through after a bit of DRS sort of stuff there, Danksy, but eventually it is a Crocs goal and the margin is extended now.
Still having a chat to the goal umpire there. Wasn't convinced it had crossed the line, and you think with a 32-point deficit they would have paid the benefit of the doubt to the fullback, who thought they'd definitely taken the mark inside. But the umpires have got together and paid the goal. 10 inside 50s to 0 now in this quarter, and since half time it's been 22-4.
And 3 Southern Districts players now with a triple of goals. Harris, Hewitt and Whitaker, all with 3 each. Back in the middle, King going forward. Can they get an inside 50 here? Coombs with a tricky feet, delivers a good ball into Lorenzo, who dropped the mark. Still an opportunity to go back and get the footy. Bouncing off hands there was McNaughton. And a free kick will be paid the way of the Bombers. So when it's been in there, they've looked dangerous. Cunningham's got the free kick. Goes long. Might just get out the back of all comers. Bouncing down there will be Hilda Marine. She's not able to pick it up. The Crocs still defending like it's a tight affair. The umpire will pay, holding the footy. And the Bombers will get a free kick. It'll be Alana Coombs who will go back from point blank range. And she will go for her second goal. Makes no mistake. So the Bombers get their first goal of the since the second quarter, should I say, and the margin is back now to 32 points. So 7-3, 45 the way of the Bombers. Seems like this is their range, Danksy. In the last 3 outings have kicked 33 points, 38 points and 35 points. So
that's about it, yeah.
They're able to put the goals on the board, but the teams have played have kicked 90, 64 and 57 on all respective occasions, and 77 today. So it's just, you know, going to that extra level when they need to. They're able to put the pressure on, but they just can't sustain it, and that's where they're going to have to find something after Christmas as the Crocs go inside 50 again, and they're looking up to the hunt as Grace Whitaker will mark it on her chest and be able to go back from about 30 metres out. Went in short and found Zali Stafford.
Yeah, just too many players running loose for the Crocs since half time. And Tiwi, through a couple of injuries again, another Tiwi player down in the back line. Just the heat of here, and it's been a tough day for the girls. And the Crocs have made them pay, and kicking straighter, they could be, you know, significantly more in front, but they'll take the 33-point lead here, I would say, with just under 2 minutes left to play.
Yeah, another little scare for the Crocs, but they'll be happy to walk away with the win. They'll finish around in 5th position inside the 5 going into Christmas, and after Christmas, Southern Districts will play Pint. It's one of the teams to beat in the women's competition. The Bombers will play St Mary's, the reigning premiers. Bouncing out of the middle now. Backing herself was Tiwi. Bouncing the ball forward. Out in the direction of McLean, who wasn't able to pick it up. Pressure coming from behind. Up all Timmy, the umpire will just let this one go here. Holding on to the whistle as McLean bounces out. Ball came off the knee of Thompson. In and under. Emerging away with it was Brooker. Put it in front of Brown now, who's got plenty of time and space. Lopes it down the far side. Harris, been in everything today. Eva Harris. Handball wasn't great inside. Cunningham pushed out from it. Kick goes inside to Coghill. Seconds ticking away in this one and a minute and a half to go as the Crocs will look to pile on more pain, but the coach will love to see that from John Forrest, who hasn't stopped running today with a brilliant run-down tackle again. Yeah,
that was well done considering the position the game's in. To do that one and come from there to take that tackle was well done.
It goes up. Smith hasn't stopped. Out in the direction of Whitaker, who snap forward. They're just queuing up down there. All 3 major goal scorers. Bounced off the chest of Hewitt. Cunningham put the tackle on. Another tackle coming from Hewitt. Bombers will get the ball back, but time will tick away as we see John Forrest run it down the forward flank. Kick bounced over the top. Looking now for Tipperwoody. Can they get a last consolation goal? They've got players running forward towards the goal square, and this one should be as simple as you like, but she's dropped it at the wrong moment. Can she get it on the boot? It stays in play as they run towards, but a great effort there from Grady. Even in the last seconds, they defend well, and Kate Grady take it out there. That looked like a certain Marine goal as Cunningham picks it up and kicks it back in, but they'll sit under it, and I think that would be all she wrote as Willoughby kicks down the line. In what's been a really impressive showing here from the Crocs. They got a little fright in the second quarter as we see another Southern Districts player getting walked off the ground, starting to really struggle now, but they haven't struggled today, the Crocs. They march on to Christmas with a win, and it will be their 6th of the season, Danksy, and they made light work of the Bombers in the end. Yeah, with Wanderers having the bye this weekend, that puts them into the 5 going into Christmas, which is, they're quite happy to be there with that 33-point win. Your standout players and goal scorers today, Lockie? Yeah, the goal scorers for the Crocs, it was Eva Harris with 3, Raina Hewitt with 3, Grace Whitaker with 3, Bonnie Brown and Taylor Smith with singles, and for the Bombers, it was pretty slim pickings. Alana Coombs with 2, Hilda Marine with 2, Jelena Tipperwoody with 2, and Rosie Wilson with the singles. And you'd say that Southern Districts forward line just dominated when they had it in there, especially in that last half when the game was there to be won. And win it they did, Danksy. Yeah, a couple of good sides for the Bombers though, certainly in that second quarter. They threw everything at them with pace and speed, and did shell shock, but after half-time it was all the Crocs. Don't forget, 2 more games to come today. 4:30 back here at TIO Stadium. St Mary's take on Palmerston, and 5 o'clock at night, Cliff Bendigo Community Bank Oval, the Tigers and Pint. My name is Nick Danks. My commentary partner this afternoon was Lockie Humphrey. It's been a pleasure to host you this afternoon. We'll catch you in 2026.
Whether the odds be great or be small, we will come out and win.